What if your money could quietly work while you sleep every night? Imagine earning consistent income without chasing clients, deadlines, or exhausting daily routines. Sounds impossible, right? Especially in a world demanding constant hustle and attention. But what if I told you there is a smarter, simpler path forward? A path where buildings, not your time, generate steady income streams. Monthly, this isn't a fantasy or get-rich-quick scheme you've seen online repeatedly. It's a real proven strategy used by everyday investors around the world. Yet surprisingly, many people still don't know how accessible it truly is. They believe real estate investing requires huge capital and complex management skills. They imagine dealing with tenants, repairs, and constant stress every single day. But what if you could invest in real estate without any of that? No fixing broken pipes or chasing late rent payments ever again. No worrying about property maintenance or dealing with difficult tenants directly. Just consistent income flowing into your account with minimal ongoing effort. This is where REITs completely change the game for modern investors today. REITs allow you to own real estate without physically owning properties yourself. They open doors that once seemed locked behind massive financial barriers. Suddenly, real estate becomes accessible, simple, and surprisingly flexible for beginners. But here's the real question you should be asking yourself right now. Why aren't more people talking about this powerful passive income strategy openly? Why do so many individuals struggle financially despite working incredibly hard daily? The answer often lies in how they approach money and investments overall. Most people trade time for money instead of building income-generating assets. They stay trapped in cycles that demand effort but limit long-term growth. Meanwhile, smart investors focus on assets that generate income automatically over time. They understand something crucial that others often overlook or completely ignore. Wealth isn't just about earning more. It's about building smarter income streams. And REITs are one of those powerful streams hiding in plain sight. Imagine owning a piece of shopping malls, offices, and apartment complexes worldwide. Imagine earning income from properties you've never even visited in person. That's the kind of leverage REITs quietly offer to everyday investors today. But before you get excited, there's something important you must understand first. Not all REITs are created equal, and not all strategies work effectively. Some investors rush in without knowledge and end up making costly mistakes. Others hesitate too long and miss valuable opportunities waiting for them. So where do you stand right now in your financial journey, honestly? Are you tired of relying only on active income to survive comfortably? Do you want more freedom, flexibility, and control over your financial future? If yes, then this could be a turning point for you today, because understanding REITs might unlock a completely new way of thinking financially, a way that doesn't require sacrificing all your time and energy endlessly, a way that builds wealth quietly while you focus on living life fully. But it starts with curiosity and a willingness to learn something different. It starts with asking better questions about how money actually works, and it starts with taking small but meaningful steps toward financial independence. This journey isn't about overnight success or unrealistic promises of instant wealth. It's about building consistent, reliable income streams that grow steadily over time. It's about making your money work harder than you ever could physically. So are you ready to explore this powerful opportunity in depth today? Are you ready to rethink how you approach investing and passive income completely? Because what you're about to learn might change your financial perspective forever, and it could open doors you didn't even know existed before now. But first, let's understand what REITs actually are and how they work, because clarity is the first step toward making confident and informed decisions. And what comes next might surprise you more than you expect today. Let's start with a simple story that might feel surprisingly familiar to you. Meet Ahmed, someone who worked tirelessly yet struggled to build lasting financial security. Every month he earned money, paid bills, and barely saved anything meaningful. He dreamed of investing in real estate, but felt completely overwhelmed by requirements. High property prices and management responsibilities made everything seem out of reach. Like many people, he assumed real estate investing required massive upfront capital, so he delayed his dreams, believing opportunities like that weren't meant for him. One day, he stumbled upon the concept of REITs while researching passive income. At first, he was skeptical because it sounded almost too simple to believe. How could someone invest in real estate without actually owning physical property directly? Curious, he decided to dig deeper and understand how this system really worked. That curiosity slowly turned into excitement as he uncovered powerful investing possibilities. REITs, or real estate investment trusts, pool money from multiple investors together. This pooled capital is then used choose to invest in income-generating real estate properties. These properties can include shopping malls, office buildings, apartments, and even hospitals. Instead of buying an entire property, investors buy shares in the REIT itself. This means you can start investing with much smaller amounts than expected. Even better, REITs are legally required to distribute most of their profits. That's why investors often receive regular dividends as a steady income stream. Ahmed realized this was completely different from traditional real estate investing models. He didn't need to manage tenants or deal with maintenance issues personally. He didn't need to save for years just to afford one property. Instead, he could start small and gradually build his investment portfolio confidently. So he took his first step and invested a modest amount carefully. At first, the returns seemed small, almost too insignificant to get excited. But over time, those small payments started adding up consistently every month. More importantly, he noticed something unexpected happening within his financial mindset. He began thinking like an investor instead of just an income earner. He started analyzing opportunities instead of only focusing on his monthly salary. That shift in thinking became more valuable than the income itself initially. As his confidence grew, he reinvested his dividends to accelerate growth further. This created a compounding effect that slowly increased his passive income stream. He wasn't getting rich overnight, but he was building something sustainable, and that made all the difference in how he approached his future. Now think about your own situation for a moment, honestly and clearly. How often have you delayed investing because it felt too complicated or risky? How many opportunities have you ignored simply because you lack proper understanding? Most people don't fail because they lack intelligence or potential to succeed. They fail because they never take their first informed step forward confidently. REITs remove many traditional barriers that keep people stuck in hesitation. They simplify real estate investing in a way that feels approachable and practical. But simplicity doesn't mean you should jump in without thoughtful consideration first. Just like Ahmed, your journey should begin with learning and the careful decisions. Understanding different types of REITs is crucial before making any investment choices. Some focus on commercial properties, while others specialize in residential or healthcare sectors. Each type carries unique risks, benefits, and income potential worth analyzing deeply. The more you understand, the more confident your decisions will naturally become, and confidence is what separates successful investors from those who stay stuck. But here's where things get even more interesting and slightly unexpected. Not all passive income from REITs is as stable as it seems. There are hidden factors that can influence your returns significantly over time. Ignoring these factors can lead to disappointing results despite good intentions initially. And this is where most beginners unknowingly make their biggest investment mistakes. So before you move forward, there's something deeper you need to uncover, because what comes next might completely change how you see REIT investing. Here's the twist: most beginners never see coming until it's too late. REITs may look simple, but they hide layers many investors completely ignore. That steady income you expect can fluctuate more than you might imagine, and those attractive dividends sometimes come with risks quietly sitting underneath. This is where smart investing separates itself from blind financial optimism, because not every REIT will consistently deliver the results you expect. Some may perform brilliantly, while others struggle due to market conditions. The difference lies in understanding what's happening behind the scenes. For example, interest rates play a huge role in REIT performance overall. When interest rates rise, borrowing costs for REITs increase significantly. This can reduce profits and impact the dividends investors receive regularly. At the same time, higher rates make other investments more attractive comparatively. This can cause REIT prices to drop as investors shift their focus elsewhere. Suddenly, what seems stable begins to feel uncertain and unpredictable. Another factor many overlook is the type of property the REIT holds. Think about how shopping malls struggled during the rise of online shopping. Some REITs heavily invested in retail properties faced serious challenges during that shift. Meanwhile, others focused on warehouses and data centers saw massive growth. This shows how trends in technology can reshape real estate value quickly. So investing blindly without understanding sectors can lead to unexpected losses. There's also something called management quality, which many beginners underestimate entirely. A well-managed REIT can navigate challenges and still deliver strong performance consistently. Poor management, however, can destroy value, even in promising real estate sectors. That's why researching leadership and strategy becomes incredibly important before investing. Now, here's something even more surprising that shifts perspective dramatically. High dividend yields are not always a good sign for investors. In fact, extremely high yields yields can sometimes signal underlying financial problems. It might mean the rate is struggling and investors are losing confidence. So chasing high income without analysis can lead to disappointing outcomes. This is where patience and discipline become your greatest investing advantages. Successful investors don't chase trends. They analyze and make calculated decisions carefully. They look beyond numbers and understand the story behind each investment opportunity. Now pause and reflect on how you usually approach financial decisions personally. Do you get attracted by quick returns or focus on long-term stability? Do you research deeply or rely on surface-level information and assumptions? These questions might feel uncomfortable, but they reveal important truths about habits, because investing is not just about money, it's about mindset and behavior. And REITs, while simple on the surface, require thoughtful strategy to succeed. Ahmed learned this lesson when one of his early investments underperformed unexpectedly. Instead of panicking, he analyzed what went wrong and adjusted his approach. He diversified his investments across different REIT sectors to reduce overall risk. He focused on long-term growth instead of chasing short-term high yields. Most importantly, he kept learning and refining his investment strategy continuously. That's when his results started becoming more consistent and predictable over time. And that's when passive income began to feel truly reliable and sustainable. The truth is, REITs are powerful, but only when used wisely. They are tools, not shortcuts, for building long-term financial stability. Misuse them and they can disappoint, just like any other investment option. Use them correctly and they can transform how you build wealth steadily. This deeper understanding changes everything about how you approach REIT investing. It turns you from a hopeful beginner into a more strategic investor. But knowledge alone is not enough to create meaningful financial change. Action is what turns understanding into real tangible results over time. So the real question now is what you will do next, because the final step is where everything comes together into action. Now everything comes down to one simple but powerful decision you make. You can either stay where you are financially or take a new step. REITs are not magic, but they are powerful when understood properly. They offer a structured way to build passive income over time. But like any investment, success depends on the knowledge and discipline. You've already seen how REITs work and why they matter. You've also seen the risks that come with careless investing decisions. Now it's time to turn that knowledge into meaningful real action. Start by learning the basics of REITs in your local market. Understand how they generate income and distribute dividends to investors. Look into different REIT sectors and compare their performance carefully. Focus on long-term stability instead of chasing quick financial gains. Remember, wealth is built slowly through consistency and smart decisions. Even small investments can grow significantly over time with patience. The key is to start, even if your beginning feels small. Many successful investors once started with uncertainty and limited resources. What made them different was their willingness to take informed action. You don't need to be an expert to begin investing in REITs. You only need curiosity, discipline, and a willingness to keep learning. Every financial journey begins with a single step forward confidently, and today could be that step for you if you choose it. Imagine where you could be financially 5 or 10 years from now. Imagine having income that supports your goals beyond your regular job. That vision is possible, but only if you start building today. REITs can become part of that journey if used wisely and patiently, but they should always be part of a broader investment strategy. Diversification will protect you from unnecessary risks and market fluctuations. Education will protect you from emotional and impulsive financial decisions, and consistency will turn small investments into meaningful wealth over time. Do not wait for the perfect moment to begin investing, because the perfect moment rarely ever arrives in real life. Instead, focus on taking imperfect but informed action right now. Learn as you invest and improve your strategy along the way. Mistakes may happen, but they will teach you valuable lessons. Those lessons will shape you into a smarter investor over time. The journey is just as important as the financial destination itself, and every step you take builds confidence for future decisions. So start small, stay consistent, and think long-term always. Let your money begin working for you instead of against you. Shift your mindset from earning only to building lasting assets. That shift alone can completely change your financial future trajectory. REITs are one of many tools available for passive income creation, but they are powerful when combined with knowledge and patience. Now the responsibility is in your hands to take action. You can research, analyze, and slowly begin your investment journey today. or you can continue watching opportunities pass by without action. The choice is simple, but the impact can be life-changing. Financial freedom is built through decisions made repeatedly over time, and this could be one of those defining decisions for you. Start learning, start exploring, and start taking small, calculated steps, because every expert investor was once a beginner like you, and every beginner has the potential to grow with the right mindset. Your future income depends on the actions you take today, so take the first step toward building passive income through REITs and begin your journey towards smarter, more independent financial living today. Before you leave this idea behind, remember what you just learned carefully. REITs are not just investments, they are long-term financial building tools. They allow ordinary people to participate in large real estate markets without needing massive capital or direct property management responsibilities at all. That alone makes them powerful for beginners seeking passive income opportunities. But power without understanding can easily lead to poor financial outcomes. That's why knowledge must always come before any investment decision. You now understand both the opportunity and the hidden risk involved. This balance is what makes you a smarter potential investor today. Most people never reach this level of awareness before investing their money. They jump in blindly and hope for quick financial success instead. But informed investors think differently about wealth creation and growth. They focus on systems that generate income repeatedly over time. REITs fit perfectly into that long-term wealth-building mindset, especially when combined with patience, discipline, and continuous learning habits. Think about your financial goals for the next few years ahead. Do you want dependence on one income source or multiple streams? Do you want financial stress or gradual stability and freedom instead? These questions define the direction of your financial journey ahead, because investing is not just about money, it's about choices that shape your lifestyle, opportunities, and future independence. REITs give you a starting point to explore those possibilities seriously. But only action turns potential knowledge into real financial progress. You don't need perfect timing, you need consistent effort and learning. Even experienced investors continue refining their strategies throughout their journey. That's what keeps them ahead in changing financial markets worldwide. You can begin the same journey with small, intentional steps today. Read, research, compare, and slowly build your understanding of REITs. Avoid rushing into decisions based on excitement or fear alone. Instead, focus on clarity, patience, and long-term perspective always. Over time, your confidence in investing will naturally begin to grow, and that confidence will lead to better financial decisions overall. Passive income is not built overnight. It is built gradually through consistent investments, reinvestment, and disciplined financial behavior. Over years, REITs can become one of your strongest income building tools eventually, if you treat them with seriousness and proper understanding from start. Many people underestimate how powerful small, consistent investments can become, but compounding works silently and rewards patience more than speed. The earlier you start, the more time works in your favor. That is one of the biggest advantages in investing overall. So don't delay your learning or postpone your financial growth journey. Start exploring REITs step by step with a clear mindset. Build your knowledge before committing your hard-earned money anywhere. Protect your capital by understanding where and how it is invested, and always prioritize long-term stability over short-term excitement or hype. Financial freedom is not a dream. It is a process built on informed decisions made consistently over time. You now have the foundation to begin that process confidently. The next move is completely yours to decide and execute. You can continue learning or start applying what you've learned today. Either way, your financial future depends on your actions. Now, remember, every investor started exactly where you are right now. What made them different was persistence and willingness to act. Your journey toward passive income can begin at this very moment, and REITs might just be the first step toward that future.